Welcome, everyone, to this edition of the Guys Talking About Shit podcast. We are recording the 12th episode of the GTAS podcast on Sunday, February 11th. I almost forgot the date. 2018. I'm joined by my always dedicated co-host, Adam Miller.
Dedicated to being lazy.
Yeah, you don't show up an hour and a half when you said you were going to. What do you got to say about that? You have any answers?
I haven't changed.
It takes you 20 minutes to get here. Why did it take you so long to get here today? What?
I mean, when have I not been like that?
You're always late, but I thought for a second. There was actually a point where I was sitting there like doing all the show notes and just kind of getting everything prepped for you to be here. I'm like, do you think he got into a car crash? Because this is taking him way longer than it normally does. But, Adam, what's been up with you this week? Anything
interesting?
Yeah, since our last Super Bowl edition of the podcast.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but the Patriots lost.
I know. I'm actually pretty happy about that.
I'm actually happy about that. My brother recently moved to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. So I bet you he was wild.
Oh, he just went... I was more pissed off because I caught him wearing he posted a photo of him wearing a Eagles sweat, scarf. Yeah. He was wearing an Eagles scarf, and I'm like, wow, fair weather, all right.
Yeah.
Like, you've never liked the Eagles, but because you're going to the parade, like if I lived in Philly, I'd go to the parade, but I'd not wear Philly stuff.
I mean, I got to be honest, I had no intention of watching the Super Bowl, and I didn't. But
I watched the last 3 minutes.
Am I glad that Philadelphia won? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't think they've ever won one before.
Critical support for Philadelphia in that fight.
It was a good game,
it was
though.
awesome.
From what I saw, it was a good game. And one of the big things that came out of it was all the trailers that came out. That's where we're getting we're doing a whole trailer segment of 4 trailers after our first 2 topics of mostly all Super Bowl /
there was a lot of trailers.
That following week, trailers were just all over the place. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. So, but Adam, let's go into our first topic today, which is, how excited are you for Lobo? Do you even know who Lobo is?
I know that he's a DC character.
Yes.
That's about all I know.
Lobo is kind of I want to say he's like a Deadpool, not in the sense that he knows that he's a comic book character, at least that I've never noticed, he says. But he's just kind of the pain in the ass, loudmouth.
Off the
wall, cares about himself, space biker guy. And originally they wanted to do a movie for Lobo. And I never was really on board for that because I was like, this doesn't really... why? No one really knows Lobo.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really cares, but I think after the success that Deadpool was, I started hearing more talks about it. And then it went away. Now it's back again.
Yeah.
And this time, Warner Brothers looks like they might want Michael Bay to direct Lobo. And
I honestly, I don't know how much I could say about this subject because I don't really know much about this character. So I don't know if he's a good fit or not. You'd have to explain any of that to me.
Well, let me go in there.
Because, I mean, we were talking, I think, 2 weeks ago about Michael Bay possibly being involved in a Duke Nukem movie. And I think that as much as I don't like Michael Bay, that's an excellent fit. That's the right choice for that film.
So, in the comic books, Lobo is a foul-mouthed mercenary who looks out for himself above all else. He's an anti-hero, and pretty much he's an on and off villain, as I said, like pain in the ass, to more like Superman, it seems like.
You know what? That rings a bell a little bit.
Yeah. He rides a space like Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Look, I don't actually have a problem with Michael Bay as a director per se, because I don't hate a lot of his movies outside of the Transformers universe, and a lot of people just kind of affiliate Michael Bay with just
Explosions
and immature humor.
I think in that regard, sometimes he comes off as a bit lazy because he does the same thing frequently.
He's a muscle-bound, cigar-chomping alien bounty hunter. It sounds like it could be right up Bay's alley. My only thing with this is it's not even that Michael Bay. I think a lot of people they're like, I just don't want to see Michael Bay direct anything. I think Michael Bay has his place in Hollywood.
Exactly, like I just said. I think he's a perfect fit for the Duke Nukem movie.
Yeah, it could be okay. Now, a big thing is that they want to right now. The script is being penned by the guy who wrote Wonder Woman, which, great, right? Wonder Woman was pretty successful.
Wonder Woman's a different feel, though.
It is a different feel, but, script writer, he wrote that script, but then he also wrote the script for the movie Pan. That really, really terrible pirate movie, Peter Pan pirate movie with Hugh Jackman, and I don't know how you fuck that up with Hugh Jackman, but you do. But they're looking at that Warner Brothers is looking that it could cost up to $200 million for this movie. No fucking way in hell are they gonna greenlight a Lobo movie for $200 million. No fucking way. I understand. I don't think Deadpool even cost more than like $75 million to make.
The original one?
Maybe it was...
Wasn't it $27 million? It was an insanely low amount of number for like a blockbuster film.
Deadpool budget. Yeah, let's see what its budget was. $58 million to make Deadpool.
Right in the middle of what we both thought it was.
Yeah, $58 million to make Deadpool and $200 to make Lobo.
A lesser-known character. It's not going to happen.
No. Apparently Michael Bay, though, says that he wouldn't mind dropping it down. It's that when you throw that space shit in there, that's what kind of is throwing this budget all over the place.
Yeah.
And it seems like Lobo is not a very easy character to design. Although, even though he's a terrible fit and I hate the wrestler himself, do you know the wrestler Roman Reigns? He's kind of like
a new guy. Yeah,
he's like a new guy that they're really trying to shove as like the face of the corporation, but like nobody wants him as the face of the corporation. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, he would totally fit. Okay, so here I'll just do this real quick, just so to give Adam a frame of reference. So this is Lobo. I don't know if you're familiar with this looking character right there. Yeah. That's Lobo, and I'll have the picture at the bottom here so you can see where I'm so that he's not completely out of touch with it. So Roman Reigns is this dude. And tell me that that's not a perfect fit, look-wise.
Actually, it's pretty close.
I actually think that would work. I mean, Roman Reigns, he's a wrestler, not an actor.
He's not as thin in the face, but the rest of the body's right, and the general structure of the face is pretty
looks like
close.
It could work really well. It's just, whenever you get wrestlers and trying to make them action stars, you're like, I'd much rather have a more talented person doing
we did have the two... John Cena movies, The Marine and The Marine 2, and
I don't think he was in The Marine 2, but another wrestler was in The Marine. I think The Miz and somebody else was there a guy named Randy? I think it was Randy Couture. Is Randy Couture a UFC guy?
I don't know.
I'm getting my not abusers. Jeez, why did I say that? My fighters.
Well, if we're talking about UFC fighters,
The Marine 2 was... Oh, come on. Why would you give me... Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Never heard of him.
I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure all the Marine movies are WWE studios. But I think that look-wise, Lobo and Roman Reigns would be great. But I think altogether, though, I think that Lobo just... I don't know. I don't think it works. Not as a plot. I just think the budget, the character, I just don't think need to be this big. Maybe if you put Lobo as like a side character and something, and if people respond to him, yeah, sure, then go with it. I just think it's with the state that DC is in at the moment.
You don't want to take risks.
I wouldn't take a risk this big, especially when Justice League, which because of its massive reshoots, cost them so much fucking money. I just don't think they're going to greenlight a $200 million Lobo movie. But I do think that maybe Michael Bay wouldn't be a bad choice for the director. And if the screenwriter doesn't do Pan and actually writes a script good like Wonder Woman, then maybe we could be talking here. I have doubts mostly just based on the character. Deadpool was a lot more well known than before the movie came out than Lobo was.
Let me put it to you this way: I knew who Deadpool was for quite years before there was even talks about a Deadpool movie.
Yeah, and I knew Lobo. I knew who Lobo was from the Superman cartoon and the
That's
DC,
where I remember him from.
Yeah, and the DC Justice League animated universe, and he's great. He was a great little side character. I don't see a movie for him. I don't. Look, if they did a movie and they make it great and they make this character super popular, cool. I'm all about that. I just don't think that. I don't see the fit right now. At least at the state that the DC universe is in.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's probably not a good idea to take a huge risk.
Not at this moment in time. Mm-hmm. So, okay, Adam. Next topic is, I don't know if you've heard about this one yet. This is kind of an interesting one. So you've heard about the Martin Scorsese produced Joker film. Did you hear about that at all?
I think rumors maybe.
It's separate from the DC animated universe, so it's not Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad. It is its own separate thing. It's like a Joker origin story that focuses strictly on him. And they put Martin Scorsese as like the producer, and people were like, "Ooh, this sounds cool." And apparently, like Leonardo DiCaprio was semi-attached, and then they got the director Todd Phillips to direct/write. So it's coming together slowly but surely.
Yeah.
And who they're eyeing for the Joker role, a lot of people thought that it might be Leonardo DiCaprio, and whether or not he's still attached to the film, I'm not really sure. Or
this is the one that both Joaquin Phoenix and Tom Wiseau want to crack at?
Yes, this is, but it's not. It is not. Tommy Wiseau is just like, I want to play Joker. It's more, they're eyeing Joaquin Phoenix more than Joaquin Phoenix is actually saying, like, yeah, I'll do it. Which, I don't know if you remember this, is that Joaquin Phoenix was originally supposed to be in Doctor Strange before, and he didn't want to commit to a long-term deal with Marvel, so then they ended up going with Benedict Cumberbatch. Let me double check on this. I hope that this is, I'm not fucking this up by saying that the Todd Phillips and Martin, it's so confusing. The Martin Scorsese Joker movie is two separate things. I'm pretty sure they are. It's just, this whole Joker thing is completely ridiculous.
I think the only thing that I remember about hearing about this is that people were upset that they would even try and tackle the Joker's origin story, because he's kind of never really had one.
No, the only real one that
they've... super vague.
Yeah, it's always been super vague. The only real one that they've kind of touched on was in like The Killing Joke, which a lot of people say is that's kind of like the definitive one, which they just did the animated version. And so I was starting to panic for a second. I was like, oh shit, am I talking about the wrong fucking movie? Because it's so confusing.
Yeah.
No, the Todd Phillips, Martin Scorsese produced, Joaquin Phoenix, possibly Leonardo DiCaprio attached Joker film. But let's go with you. What do you think of Joaquin Phoenix possibly as the Joker? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, he's definitely capable of playing that character. I don't know if you remember that like mockumentary that he did about himself.
Yeah, I'm Still Here.
Yeah, where he just like acted like an insane person for.
Yeah.
Basically a practical joke. I think he's capable.
Yeah, almost ruined him and his brother's career over that fucking movie.
Yeah, he's definitely capable of playing the character, I would say. I don't know if he's the right pick, but
I actually really, I kind of am on the sense of with you, because if you've ever seen this one movie, I doubt you have, a lot of people didn't, but was a movie called The Master, where he starred in it with Philip Seymour Hoffman. It was kind of like a play off Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard, and this like kind of culty religion type of thing. Joaquin Phoenix is just this fucking drunk loser guy. I will 100% stand that I thought that he deserved the best actor nomination for that film. I thought he deserved the win for best pick for best actor, not best movie, but he was incredible in that. And just off of that, that brought a whole new layer to Joaquin Phoenix to me, because I was like, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, he's good. But when I saw The Master and Joaquin Phoenix and that, I was like, holy shit, so good in that movie. He is the reason why I stuck through that movie, because he is just insanely good.
Yeah.
And so I like anything with Joaquin Phoenix in it. So you want to put him as the Joker? Might sound like a weird fit, but fuck. Heath Ledger was sounding like a weird pick too, and you somehow got one of the best Jokers out of it. So,
in your opinion.
Yeah, I actually thought that Heath Ledger was a good choice, just because I was like, oh, Heath Ledger's super talented. And I was like, oh, but who knows how it will come out. And it came out great. But then they did the in my opinion. Jared Leto was like cast as Joker. I was like, that's perfect. That sounds great.
And it came out
awful. I hated Jared Leto's interpretation of Joker. And I don't think it's his fault. I just think that what he was given was just not working. I'm actually kind of all about this Joker film. I honestly am. I'm kind of liking everybody because Todd Phillips is kind of more of a comedy guy. Yeah. His Rolodex of films include Road Trip, Old School, Starsky and Hutch, the Hangover trilogy, which I only like Hangover 1, Due Date, which I actually really liked with Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. I actually like that movie. And then a movie he did not too long ago with it's War Dogs is the title of it, but what's his name from he's in like Superbad, and he's the curly hair, he's bigger.
Jonah Hill.
Thank you. Jonah Hill. And he did this movie with him, and I believe it was Miles Teller. And that movie was really good. A really kind of low, under the radar film. Really, 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 really cool film. Was it Miles? Yeah, it was Miles Teller. You should check out. That's a really cool movie. It's just about these like shitty arms dealers who just go from dirt to nothing. It's like kind of based off a true story. So Todd Phillips I'm totally fine with Todd Phillips as director. Yeah. Got Martin Scorsese. If you still got Leo DiCaprio in there, why not? You got Joaquin Phoenix if he goes for it.
Yeah.
I think he'd be more inclined to do it because it's a one-off, unless they try to spin it
I can guarantee you that if it does well, they'll try and pull him in.
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, it sucks because Joaquin Phoenix hasn't really done much. He hasn't done a lot in a while. But he was also considered to do Lex Luthor and Batman vs. Superman. I had no idea about that. Which would have been better. So, it seems like they have been eyeing him for a couple of these superhero films. And he seems like he's been like, I'm kind of down for it. But not really committing to anything. So I'm all about this. I so far everything they keep dropping about the Joker film.
The only thing that I like when you said Todd Phillips does comedy and then you ran through them, I'm like, well, those aren't really dark comedies.
No, except War Dogs. War Dogs is very dark.
But for the most part, his repertoire is. I'm not trying to sound insulting because I like some of those.
No, that's
movies,
fine.
But they're lowbrow. They're lowbrow comedy.
Okay, that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say on most of them.
So I don't like. I think if you're going to do a Joker movie and try to incorporate comedy, it really needs to be dark.
That's why I think my big thing is if you'd seen the movie War Dogs, you would kind of get where I'm saying why I think this actually works really well, because War Dogs is funny but very serious and has this really dark message to it, and it takes a lot of weird dark turns. If you'd ever listen to me half the time, I would just suggest watch War Dogs. If you like it, then this might be the tone that you could maybe get.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I watched a film like that's very similar to that with Nicolas Cage in it.
Lord of War?
Yeah.
Lord of War was great.
Yeah.
It also had Jared Leto in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's all these dark mercenary arms dealer movies have Jokers in it. So I'm all about it. Yeah, and if that's what your biggest concern is, I'm more suggesting just check out War Dogs, or anybody out there, check out War Dogs, and you might get an idea of that. It's not lowbrow that he's only capable of doing. He's a lot more talented, I think, than a lot of people give him credit for. I just don't know what the fuck he did on those Hangover movies. I don't know why they kept doing those.
Well, they had a big cast. That was a high billings cast.
Got a big thumb on him and said, "You gotta make sequels. They make money."
Yeah.
And it just.
Well, that's how Hollywood works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's part of how Hollywood works.
Yeah, they make money. You're gonna be doing those for a while. All right, Adam. We are really moving through this podcast today, but since we were talking about it earlier, trailers.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of trailers at the Super Bowl. A lot in the week.
A lot in the week too.
Afterwards,
we have the 2 solo trailers for the Han Solo film. It's so stupid why they called it that, but we got 2. We got one from the Super Bowl, and you kind of thought that, oh, this is just kind of going to be a little preview teaser for the trailer that's going to be released the next day.
Yeah.
They're like 2 separate trailers. They really are. There's like completely different footage used, completely different dialogue. So I thought that was kind of a nice little surprise, but I've seen them. You haven't seen these, though, have you?
No.
Okay. You haven't seen any of these. We got that. We got the solo trailers. We got Deadpool's trailer. Deadpool 2 trailer.
Yeah,
starring Cable. You get to see your first look at Cable. We've got the Venom trailer. And
I've heard some things about the Venom trailer.
Venom trailer is only a minute. So, but yeah, I like getting your fresh take on these. And then we got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So those are the big ones that I feel like dropping.
Is that the same as the one that they're showing in theaters?
What are you talking about?
The
Jurassic World, it's just Jurassic World 2.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they're showing a trailer in theaters right now.
Probably that.
It's probably the same one.
It might be the same one. I don't know. They dropped an earlier trailer. Which one are you thinking? The one where he's running from the, where he's like, run! And he's running from the fire explosion. And the one that has,
I don't know. There's a part where like
Jeff Goldblum's in him?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
That's the first trailer. This is a new trailer.
Okay, this is a different one.
Yes, this is a different trailer. So we are going to take our quick little couple second break, and we're going to watch all these trailers, and then we'll be right back, and we'll just roll on through them. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. And we are back. Adam, we just went through, what,
4 trailers.
4 trailers?
Yeah, 4 trailers.
We went through a couple trailers, and we are going to go. I've seen all these trailers prior, but Adam has not. So let's just go, and we'll get Adam's take first, and then we'll go to me afterwards.
So
Adam.
What are we starting with?
We're going to start with, let's just start with the big one. Let's go with Venom. What are your thoughts on the new Venom trailer? We've got a lot of people talking, and a lot of people not very happy with the trailer.
It's pretty obvious why.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam. Tell them why.
How do you have a trailer for a movie called Venom, about Venom from Spider-Man, and not show Venom?
Okay. And my counter will that be, it is a teaser trailer.
That's true. It's a teaser trailer.
It's a teaser trailer. And Tom Hardy only finished filming his parts less than 2 weeks ago. And I think they just wanted to say, like, hey, this movie is coming out. Venom's gonna show up.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that maybe people were disappointed with, I know I kind of feel like a Marvel fanboy wearing this shirt. I probably shouldn't have worn this shirt when I'm talking all Marvel stuff. But Venom, to me, is a movie that I think a lot of people think is a bad idea in general. And then they see this trailer, and they don't see Venom, and they still don't have any reason to say, hey, my hopes are kind of going for it. The trailer doesn't tell what the story's about. It doesn't show Venom at all. It doesn't say who the bad guys are. It
also looks like partially takes place in San Francisco, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, I mean, it doesn't need... I mean, it's not like characters can't travel all over the place.
Well, they also didn't identify who Tom Hardy is.
Well, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock.
Are we sure of that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
curious as to what the fuck he's doing in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, you never know. They can change the shit up. I mean, Eddie Brock's kind of always been a troubled guy. I mean, he could be all over the place. I mean, clearly he's talking about a relationship breakup with Michelle Williams, which, look, I know a lot of people like Tom Hardy, and I think a lot of women really find Tom Hardy attractive. Michelle Williams is like above where I can reach. I don't know how she would go for a guy like Eddie Brock. I can't figure that out. But let me double check. I'm almost positive that Tom Hardy is 100% Eddie Brock. I'm 100% sure about that. I just want to confirm it just for your sake. Yes, he is cast as Eddie Brock on IMDb
okay.
Which I think he's cool looking as an Eddie Brock looking character.
Yeah, I mean, I think he fits. Like Eddie Brock's kind of, a jock, and you're right, a troubled guy. Gets into
shit every once in a while. A lot of people are kind of worried about how this ties in with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man apparently does not, this point, show up or is mentioned. In this universe.
To me, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that this is supposed to immediately tie into the Marvel Universe.
No, it's not.
I feel like
completely separate. It is made by Sony with not really... Marvel might have a little bit of... but it's not like what they did with the Spider-Man one. This is Sony kind of going off on their own.
Yeah.
Maybe being like... Their hand is being kind of like... like when your mom's taking you to school for the first time and she's walking you in holding your hand type of thing. That was Spider-Man Homecoming. This is mom kind of standing back and watching you walk away and seeing, do you think we can...
Yeah.
Can you handle this? We'll be here in case you need me, but once you go past this door, we don't know if you're
I don't
good.
disagree with you. I think that, to me, just from watching that trailer, what this seems like it's doing is creating an origin story, not just for Venom, but also for Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Which they might eventually pull into the Marvel Universe.
Yes, I think it depends on how well this does. And
it's sort of like dipping your toes in the water.
This is an R-rated movie, and I think they're kind of like, we don't really know. It's separate. We might treat it like how Daredevil is with, Daredevil and all the Netflix stuff. It's part of the universe, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might say like,
I think
wink, Spider-Man's out there, but you're not going to see Venom fight Spider-Man. At least
I don't expect it. No, I don't expect it to. Like I said, I don't expect it to immediately connect to the Marvel Universe. But I feel like this is sort of like testing the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it goes well, and there comes a point in the Spider-Man, the solo franchise of Spider-Man where they need to bring in like the symbiotic villains like Carnage or.
I think that this is where Carnage is going to come up. They haven't mentioned it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is where Carnage is going to show up, as in this Venom movie, or if they do a sequel to Venom. Because
I don't think they're going to blow their load on Carnage right away. That would be stupid. That would be stupid.
It might be stupid, but who's Venom going after? Because you got to make Venom. Venom's a villain first and foremost / anti-hero, but he's more villain than he is anti-hero. Who are you having Venom fight in a solo Venom film? Who are you going to possibly do besides Carnage?
Well, so I'm going to go from the animated Spider-Man universe where the symbiotes are brought to Earth by some government agency, like some kind of astronauts or something.
Which it looks like...
That looks like something that
kind of something like... Clearly something hit the ground, caused a bunch of shit, and they contained the symbiote.
Yeah. Now, what I'm thinking is Venom's probably going to go up against that government agency that's trying to kill him.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think that there's going to be a really important villain in this film. I think it's going to be a lesser known.
The only thing that I think, well, if not this, I completely can kind of see where maybe Carnage does not come in on this part, because for all I know,
a sequel maybe,
but
not the first film.
100%. I guarantee that almost all the shit that's happening in that trailer is within the first
20 minutes
of the movie. He's being checked out for cancer or some radioactivity in the whatever that was.
That was an MRI. They're doing some kind of scan of his body.
And it's clearly when he starts going ape shit that there's clearly the symbiote's in him, and it's starting to come at. It's coming to take over.
I think this film is probably going to be him versus some kind of government agency that's trying to cover up the symbiote, and I think he's not going to have control of Venom in this film. Okay. Venom's going to have control of him. He's not going to...
You're the first person that's actually that I've actually talked to that even gives any possibility of what this story might be like. And that doesn't sound awful. I would much rather see Carnage, but I understand not blowing a load on it. But it's you got Tom Hardy. For how long do you have him? That's kind of where I'm kind of
I think
are they planning on making a trilogy of Venom?
I don't see a Venom trilogy, but I could see 2 Venom films.
Maybe.
I could definitely see. I mean, assuming that this does well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
I think it'll do well, but there are people already boycotting it because they hated the trailer. People just need.
I don't think the trailer was that bad. Like, I understand that they didn't show Venom.
I didn't hate the trailer. I didn't love it either. I mean, I thought
it wasn't terrible. I'm not going to go home and write a fucking letter to my grandma. Oh, my God, the Venom trailer is so good. Grandma, you got to check this out. It's so nice. But
is that what you do with your grandma whenever you see a nice trailer?
I mean, I only got one left, so. But.
Grandma Venom's so good.
You got to see this Venom trailer. It's so good, Grandma. But, I mean, I don't think it doesn't look bad. Like, this trailer is not an indication like the Ghostbusters reboot trailer was for me. That trailer was immediately like, this film is not going to be good.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the women characters. It has everything to do with the incredibly bad writing.
Yeah. I like the tone. I like the dark tone that they're kind of going with this, and it's...
Yeah, like...
It looks like a horror movie. It feels like a horror movie.
Or at least a suspenseful, like action
or
movie.
something like that. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it because Venom and Carnage are like 2 of my favorite Marvel villains.
Yeah.
Even though they're pretty low tier, but
getting Carnage for an R, you can't do Carnage unless it's R-rated.
I don't expect to see.
You can't do Carnage's background without doing an R-rated. Like isn't he like a serial killer rapist?
Yeah.
Like
he's a piece of shit. He's like
Cassidy isn't his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Cletus
Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, he's like an arsonist, like serial killer. Like he basically does everything that you should never do.
They do though have Woody Harrelson in this movie listed as a henchman.
I mean, it's possible.
I doubt Woody Harrelson would be a henchman. I feel like he's gonna be.
He'll probably be the government agent.
That or he'll be Cletus.
I don't know. He's not a good fit. Cletus Cassidy is like rail thin.
Well, you don't need to do like exactly rail thin. I mean,
I'm just saying like it doesn't fit to me.
Woody Harrelson
he's not a good fit for.
There's a movie called Out of the Furnace or something like that with Christian Bale where Woody Harrelson is the bad guy and he's like really creepy and weird. It's like if they did that, I could see. Cletus,
I don't know. To me, I just don't think like his physical appearance is not the character.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna be covered in a red suit if this is what they do with him. You know.
I don't know. I just don't think that like. And again, they do show the symbiote.
Yeah, they showed a little bit, and it looks pretty cool.
And it's the black symbiote. It's not the red symbiote, so I don't
Wasn't the red symbiote like? Was the red symbiote like its own separate thing, or
yeah.
I thought that the like part of the black turned and attached to him. I didn't know that the red symbiote was its own thing.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going off the animated universe because I don't read a lot of comics. They don't hold up well, and I just don't buy them.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure they both came down at the same time. It's just the black symbiote escaped somehow.
Okay.
First, and that's why Venom existed for so much time before Carnage existed.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't want to get too much into it because, I don't want to get into a Venom and all that. But, okay, so you kind of like the trailer.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. As I said, I'm like, it's okay.
Like, it's not the greatest trailer ever.
Yeah, I'd much rather see another trailer, but I'm not poo-pooing on the whole thought of Venom like some people are just because they didn't like the trailer.
Yeah, no, I'm going to see it.
All right, next one. Solo, a Star Wars trailer. Now, there's 2 that are about a minute, 10 seconds long. So you saw both of them, and that's
the name is dumb, but
it's a really dumb name. I really hate the fucking name. I would have much.
I don't like how they're just putting a Star Wars story after everything.
I know.
Come on, dude.
That's really cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody likes that. Like Rogue One was much better just being called Rogue One, but the fact that you call it Rogue One a Star Wars story is just, it's so cheesy sounding. It really is.
We're not reading bedtime stories to babies.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
At least the title-wise.
The title, yeah, no.
But besides the title, what do you think of the two little trailer shots? Because they are kind of like
they're pretty different.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, we'll go off of the first one, the Super Bowl one, which was him, kind of saying, I mean, in both trailers, he says, I want to be a pilot, best in the galaxy. But this is the one where he's talking straight to the officer.
Yeah.
And it has that, like, really cool train.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the trailer?
I think it looks good. I think it looks like it's going to be good. I'm excited to see Donald Glover as Lando, young Lando.
I just want to see Lando in general. I don't care. I mean, yeah, Donald Glover looks really good as Lando.
Yeah.
I actually don't hate. Is it Adrian Hollenreich? Let me find out what
the guy who's playing him.
Yeah, it's like
he doesn't look like he's going to do a bad job. I'm not necessarily a fan of how he looks. I don't think he looks like a young Harrison Ford, but
no. But at the same time, I mean, you're just not gonna get. Alden
You're right.
Harrison Ehrenreich is his name. Alden Ehrenreich is his name. Yeah, I mean,
Harrison Ford's pretty distinctive looking, so it's going to be hard to find a match.
Ewan McGregor doesn't really look that much like a young.
I know, but it was
Alec Guinness, but it worked because you bought the character and they acted the same.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel like that could happen with this guy.
And I think a lot of people are just shitting on it because he doesn't just straight up do a Harrison Ford impression. Do you know what I mean?
Which wouldn't make sense.
No, it would get really old, and
do you know how much? Because you obviously you lived your life, but how much have you changed since you were 16?
I'm not even kind of the same.
No, I'm not the same person at all.
Yeah, I mean, and my mannerisms aren't all the same either. So it's like,
can you imagine going from, I don't know, what's he look like in this movie? Mid-20s, mid to late 20s, to go into mid-40s that he is in the original Star Wars?
I don't even think he's supposed to be mid-40s. I really think Harrison's only how old was Harrison Ford? I think Harrison Ford was only 30-some years old when he did Han Solo. I don't think he's that old because you got to think 30 years pass.
People can change.
I'd say he's about 30 whenever he's in the original trilogy because you got to think in The Force Awakens he's probably pushing around 60, 65, and that's 30 years after Return of the Jedi. So I'm going to say that Han Solo in the original is probably around 30 to 32. I'd say that.
You think he's pushing 60? I think he's pushing 70.
In the Force Awakens?
I think he's either closing in on it or he's already past it. But
late 60s, I'll say. I'm not going to say 70.
Yeah.
I won't. I think I'd like to see what Emilia Clarke is doing in there from Game of Thrones.
Was that the woman?
That's the woman.
I know. I don't know if it's canon anymore, but I know Han Solo was married at one point.
There was a storyline in the comic books where somebody came out and said, I'm Han Solo's first wife, but then they found out that she was just a con artist trying to get money and popularity from it because at that point in the comics, he's married to Leia. Oh. So I don't think it's the same character because I'm sure her name's different from what the character that did that. But I don't know. We don't know if this is going to be a first love interest or what her character is. But I mean, I
love this is Han Solo we're talking about.
Yeah, let's not act like her.
Let's not
act like Han Solo was this
I'm only
purity ring guy. Yeah.
I've only been in love with two women my whole life.
Yeah, it's like Han Solo fucking shooting Greedo point blank, and you're gonna pretend like Han Solo's this good guy. I mean, he's supposed to be a scoundrel. I mean, I've been reading a lot of the Star Wars canon novels.
Yeah.
And in one of them called Bloodlines, which is all based around Princess Leia, so they bring about Han Solo, and she's talking to this criminal, and she's like, you don't know all the shit that I could get you for right now. And this character's like, you don't know how much crap I can get your husband for. You know how much terrible things he did whenever he was a smuggler, scoundrel, scumbag.
Well, yeah, he really doesn't morally evolve until halfway through The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, pretty much, because he finds out that he really loves Leia.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where he's like, oh shit, I'm actually meeting someone I actually like. So they're clearly going to go into Han Solo meets Chewie, I'm sure. And then how he's going to win the game of Sabacc against Lando and get the Millennium Falcon back, which you mentioned whenever we were watching it. You were like, why does it look so different? The Millennium Falcon. Now, I don't know if you remember this. Well, it clearly was Lando's ship. That looks like that would be Lando's ship. And in A New Hope, Luke Skywalker like comes up to him and goes, whenever they see the Millennium Falcon for the first time, he's like, what a piece of junk. He's like, hey, I've made some special modifications to this
I was just
ship.
going to say, yeah, that's...
He clearly fucks around with it to make it what he wants. So
And does it kind of shoddily.
Yeah, I actually think that's the best part. I remember I read this big giant article about how Han Solo's not a very good mechanic because the Millennium Falcon is constantly in a state of array of like just wires hanging out.
Yeah.
Shit doesn't work. Shit's falling off. Like he modded it so much that it's just like it does look like a heap of junk. And then like when he takes the Empire Strikes Back and actual mechanics look at it and fix it up, you know, they put that, they obviously fucked around with it and they got rid of the hyperdrive thing. But I mean, I'm wondering if this movie will show him doing the Kessel Run, because I'm wondering if he makes the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs with that ship or his modded ship. I don't know.
Well, he say this baby made
this
the Kessel
baby
Run.
He said this baby made
parsec.
the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Yeah.
Which I've actually, if anybody want to know, I know how to, I did an in-depth analysis with my friend once about what that all means, what a parsec is, speed, and what the Kessel Run is, and what it means to beat it in less than 12 parsecs. It's really kind of interesting. I love like talking about it. Ooh.
Nerd shit.
Yeah, really nerd, sweaty shit.
Sweaty nerd shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yay! Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really asking for a Solo film, but it's Star Wars, so yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Rogue One, even though I hated it.
Yeah. And we both saw Last Jedi, and I mean, I like The Last Jedi more and more I watch it, and the first time you watch it, you liked it too, right?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
We never talked about it on here, because by that point, Star Wars had been out for like 6 weeks.
That's true.
So we never really got a chance to talk about what Adam thought of it.
I liked
he
it.
did liked it.
I
he did like it.
I think there was only that one problem, where like the 30-minute
I think
plot
it's
to
fair.
the casino
Just
planet.
the casino planet and Leia Mary Poppins through space.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
I didn't think the casino plot or like the casino subplot was a bad idea. It was just poorly executed. Like I went in there expecting some like Cowboy Bebop shit to be going on, and what I got was a car chase, and the cars were cats.
Yeah, it was a bad. I didn't like anything about it. I really hated almost all of it. It felt way too prequel-y to me, like, and it went nowhere. And it just was completely pointless and dumb. And you realize that the fate of the whole entire galaxy, I'm not going to go into Star Wars too much here, but you realize that the whole fate of the galaxy was almost ruined because of a fucking parking ticket. And that pisses me off. They go to that planet. They could have just met the hacker, done the hacking, knocked the tracker out. Everyone would have been safe. But because they parked it on the beach and they fucking got tasered and thrown in jail, they met the shitty hacker. And then they got off the planet. All that shit. You realize that almost the galaxy was fucked over because of a goddamn parking ticket.
Yeah.
That really pisses me off.
You know what? Framing that subplot in that way makes it even worse.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie 4 times. I've realized that just makes me more and more angry when you're sitting there like, really? They're thrown in jail over parking their ship on a fucking beach?
An empty beach?
An empty beach.
In the middle of the fucking night?
Yeah, and they're like almost killing them. And like, oh, that's awful. That's so bad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow, you just made me realize how it's even worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, when you see it so many times and you're looking for all these errors, you're like, wow, this could have been a successful mission had they just not parked on the beach and no one would have given a shit. Like, they should have just said, hey, sir,
Don't park like a douche.
Don't park like the beach. You need to move that or we're going to fine you. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I did not know I couldn't do that.
I'll move it right away.
Yeah. It's terrible. Next trailer.
All right.
Deadpool 2.
Looks awesome.
Yeah?
Looks awesome.
I know you're a real big fan of Cable.
Yeah, I love Cable.
What do you think of Josh Brolin as Cable? Because I thought originally you wanted the guy from Avatar. You wanted him.
The guy they sort of teased at the end of Deadpool.
Well, they didn't.
Was it the end of Deadpool? Or was it the end of a trailer?
Maybe it was at the end of a fake trailer because at the end of Deadpool, he's just wearing the robe. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Cable's gonna be in this movie." And then the one guy was like, "Man, I want to be Cable. I'm perfect for it."
Yeah, there was 2 people that I really had my eyes on. Actually, probably 3.
Stephen Lang.
Yeah,
Stephen Lang looks awesome.
Stephen Lang would be an awesome Cable. I think Dolph Lundgren would play an awesome Cable. And Ron Perlman would play the character well, but I think he's a little too old at this point.
Yeah, Stephen Lang. This is from Avatar. This picture. I'll post this picture with it.
It looks like fucking Cable already.
And that's from Avatar.
Yeah.
But Josh Brolin is great.
I think he looks good. I think he looks the part. I'm hoping he can pull off the part. I'm a little... I don't know how you feel about him playing Cable and then also Thanos.
Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, Chris Evans was Human Torch and Captain America. So I don't really...
Yeah, but I don't even think about the Human Torch character at all.
Okay, that's fair. But at the same time, Josh Brolin's also CG the whole time. You just hear his voice.
That's true.
And it's not like you see him...
Josh Brolin was also Jonah Hex. Don't forget that.
I was trying to forget it. Although, Jonah Hex could have been a really cool movie, but it just... Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's awful.
You want to know why it was that awful, right?
Everything about it. I don't know why. Why are you going to say it? Because it's not just Megan Fox's fault.
No, it's definitely not just Megan Fox's fault, even though I hate her. Neville Dean and Taylor wrote that movie, and then when they went to direct it, they wouldn't let them direct it. So when somebody writes a movie and they're used to writing and directing their own shit, and then you don't let them, whoever they got
it though.
I don't know. They got somebody else to direct it. Some fucking... I'm pretty sure he was some no-name guy.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, because a director should be able to make a good script work.
That's the problem. Like, Neville Dean and Taylor's style is they write something and then they know how to direct it from what they wrote.
I
don't think that the guy knew what they were trying to accomplish with
Jimmy Hayward, who directed Horton Hears a Who, Robots, Freebird, a fucking chicken movie, and let's see what else has he got here. That is it. Freebirds, Jonah Hex, Horton Hears a Who. He was miscellaneous. He was an actor in Robots. So this guy had two animated films, had one animated film under his belt, and then that was it. And then he did another really shitty Thanksgiving movie. Ooh.
So they shouldn't have picked him to direct. They should have let Neville Dean and Taylor direct their own shit.
But clearly there was some sort of issue that they had. Because that movie was just a fucking train wreck. And I watched an animated short with Jonah Hex, and it was really cool.
Yeah, and he's a cool character.
Yeah, he is cool. They just fucked that up.
I mean, that film came out at the right time. Like, in video games, Red Dead Redemption was hot shit. Like, interesting cowboy shit was up.
I actually like the idea that Josh Brolin being Jonah Hex, but nothing worked about that movie. But yeah, Cable, he looks cool. And the humor in that trailer is fucking great.
Yeah.
It's really cool, the little Toy Story reference.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sheriff Deadpool. Shut up, you little asswipe. There's that. And, I mean, we can't not go without commenting about the dig. Well, at least not a dig, but the joke at the Superman mustache.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great. That was probably the best joke.
What in the literal ass am I looking at? It's a metal arm. It's not like we're trying to remove a fucking mustache. I've loved what they've done with Deadpool. Deadpool was not really my favorite DC Marvel character. I kind of thought they really just overdid Deadpool, but kind of like what Captain America did for me with the character, the movie versions.
Yeah.
Like, I love the movie versions of Deadpool and Captain America better than I like their comic book counterparts. Something about Captain America, most Captain America comics, there's a couple that I don't mind, but for the most part, Captain America doesn't
You have
work
to
for
get
me.
the Captain America comic books where he has like internal conflict going on, because those
Like
are the good
Nomad
ones.
shit.
Like Nomad, the whole Nomad thing during the
Winter
Civil
Soldier.
War, the Winter Soldier. all
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
no, I didn't. I liked Captain America during the Civil War storyline because I read the Civil War whenever it came out, and I did the Winter Soldier line, and for the most part, it's just a lot of the older stuff just doesn't work for me. There are good Captain America stories. For the most part, I just thought Captain America as a character was a little too cheesy for me. But
I agree with you. I mean, he's definitely a product of his time period.
Yeah,
I mean, there's...
and I like what they've done with him. They've brought him into the modern day, but he's still a character of his time period, and they've just grown that character. And Deadpool just works so much better for me now as this, as this fourth wall breaking movie character.
It's who they cast.
Oh yeah, I mean Ryan Reynolds is born to be Deadpool. He is perfect.
No one else could have played the character and made that
And
franchise a success.
Yeah, and he is like, you cannot put this success without saying that at least Ryan Reynolds is at least half of what makes that character work. I'm sure the writing works.
Oh yeah, the writing's good too.
But like the Bob Ross thing that they did a while back was great. This one, and then they have that new poster with the flash dance with the bullets raining on him.
Yeah, and another thing is like he's not really like, he wants to play Deadpool.
He loves playing that character.
I mean, we talked about the first budget for the film. Obviously, he's not in it for the money. That's not a lot of film to make a movie.
No, he probably took a good amount away from it to make sure that it was done right. And they just threw in the money like, yeah, fuck you. This movie ain't gonna be shit. Let's just...
And it fucking exploded in popularity.
It's currently, which I think Black Panther is gonna beat it. It is the highest grossing origin film for a superhero. Black Panther, I think, might actually beat it because of...
I hope so.
How good Black Panther looks.
Yeah, it looks good. I've heard some things about it that I have problems with, but I'm still going to see it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, last trailer was the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer. What are your thoughts on that? It's not working for you, huh?
I don't...
Did you see Jurassic World?
No, I never went to see it, and I really don't feel like I'm probably going to go see this one either, unless my wife really wants to go.
Yeah. See, you know what? You're not alone. I think a lot of the people have been kind of ragging on the trailers, saying that they're just not really working for them. Like, this movie isn't exciting. But I'm a fucking...
I know you're like a dinosaur fanatic, but like I guess for me, there's only so many times that you can accidentally bring a dinosaur to Los Angeles before I stop caring.
It was San Diego.
Whatever. That makes sense because the San Diego Zoo is there. It's one of the biggest zoos.
But so what happened was, it seems like they're kind of playing off of Lost World now, where they're getting the dinosaurs and bringing them over to the mainland.
Yeah, like how many times are you going to make the same fucking mistake? And I realize that this franchise is the first movie, then Jurassic World, and it fucking cuts out 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking care.
I actually don't hate Lost World. Besides the fucking awful gymnastics velociraptor scene, where the girl... besides when the girl kills a velociraptor with fucking gymnastics. She wedges glass between her feet and kills a velociraptor doing bars routines. Okay? I'm telling you right now, my sister was a gymnast for most of her life, and I'm a big gymnastics fanatic. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen in a film. And I remember I begged my mom. My mom was a gymnast too. And I remember I begged my mom to go see Jurassic World with me. Or Jurassic Park Lost World. And she looked over at me after the movie was done and was like, what was up with the girl doing gymnastics? What the fuck was that? What the fuck what was the point of that? Oh, it's so bad. Oh, can I? Okay. while I'm talking about this fucking gymnastics thing, I'm going to be dead serious. The clip is going to be right here. It's already been playing. You're probably seeing her doing flips right now. And she kicks the fucking Velociraptor out the window. It's so fucking bad. Fuck that scene, man. Fuck that scene. But I actually really like the Jurassic World trailer.
The new one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Going from pissed to angry, I like them.
I just think for me,
I really liked Jurassic World. I had a lot of fun. I saw it in IMAX and then I saw it in regular theater and I loved it. And I just don't understand how the movie got so big. I mean, it's like fourth or fifth highest grossing film for like. You want me to see what it's? What do you think Jurassic World broke? I know it broke $1 billion, but
really,
I guarantee you it broke at least $1 billion. Jurassic World box office. Let's see, $1.6 billion. That is insane that it made that much fucking money. I don't think the movie was good for $1.6 billion. I fucking really liked it. But I'm glad everybody else really liked it. I just think a lot of people were just like, Jurassic Park's back. Come see dinosaurs. They're great.
I guess for me, like, I really like the original Jurassic Park movie. I don't have a problem with the two that came after that.
But I actually like Jurassic. Okay. You keep going. I'll go on. I'm going to go on to another rant real quick.
Okay. I just feel like I didn't have the nostalgia for it that a lot of people did. And it's not because I don't think dinosaurs aren't cool or that they're for kids. I could do without it. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
It's nothing personal against dinosaur fans or Jurassic Park fans or the people that made Jurassic Park or any of the Jurassic
You're
Park
just kind of
series.
saying that this doesn't seem like it's really your cup of tea.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just not for me, I guess.
Okay, so overall, I like the trailer. I've liked the 2 trailers that they've released. First one's a little iffy with the like run.
I think the first trailer has that scene where the ball rolls for like a really fucking long time. And like, this is a trailer. There's no reason for this scene to be that long.
Yeah, it seemed... Well, everyone's like, oh, the island explodes! The island's exploding! Like,
yeah.
It seemed really kind of... it's kind of iffy. I like the first 2 trailers. They're hokey and goofy, and I'm fine with that. It's giant dinosaurs eating people. Yeah. But my biggest problems is that it seems like, yes, they are borrowing that Lost World concept of bringing the dinosaurs over to the mainland. Okay. Even though I agree with your point that Lost World doesn't really exist anymore in the canon of it all, but okay, but you did do it. Most people do know that it exists.
Yeah, well, let me interrupt you for a second. Okay. There's fucking underwater dinosaurs swimming around the island. Why the fuck aren't they everywhere else on the planet?
I guess they're not saying that they're in the ocean. These underwater creatures are only in their tanks.
Okay.
That's what
I'll accept that.
Yeah, because the dinosaurs in the water are ones that have fallen off the island.
Yeah.
So that's my only. I mean, hey, what's Malcolm's Life Finds a Way? Maybe there is water. Maybe there is dinosaurs in the water. We don't know. Now the only thing I have a problem with, I have a problem with that they're kind of borrowing the Lost World thing, and I also have a problem that it looks like they just made a new Indominus Raptor Rex. Now in the movie, an Indominus Rex is the main giant monster. It's a blend between a T-Rex and a Velociraptor. This just looks like a slimmed down version of...
It's just a miniature.
A miniature Indominus Rex is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Because it's like in the... I don't know how the fuck it got into a bedroom. Just saying
because
from that
they
trailer.
brought it back to fucking San Diego.
You know what? I bet you that's a fucking nightmare. I bet you that's a nightmare scene. That doesn't make any sense that this big dinosaur is in a little kid's bedroom and nobody fucking noticed. I bet you that's a nightmare scene. Just gonna say that.
Doesn't he point a gun at it?
Well, we don't know what he's pointing a gun at. We don't know if it's in the bedroom. It could be in the dream sequence for all we know. You know? I don't know.
I don't know. Just
that, and I had a problem with the fact that it looks like they're just taking the dinosaurs and they're going to militarize them again. They're going to try to militarize the dinosaurs like they did with Vincent D'Onofrio's character in the first one. Let's make them military style. It seems like that's why they're bringing them over there.
Which, to be honest, I think we did talk about this on the podcast at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That would honestly be an interesting direction to take the film in. The sequel.
Yeah,
but they're not actually doing that. They're
Seems
just doing Lost World.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of doing Lost World.
But with also the same plot of Jurassic World.
But they are doing twists and turns with it. I'll give you that. Because the first trailer, everyone's like, oh, they're on an island. They've got to get off of it before it explodes. That's what everyone's like, oh, this is the plot of it. Then they threw this trailer in there.
So what is it, fucking Operation Dumbo, but with fucking dinosaurs
I don't know.
now?
But, I mean, I'm all into it. Throw me some dinosaurs, man. I don't care. I like dinosaurs. But, yeah, I think the trailers work for me. I'm kind of okay with the trailers.
Okay.
All right, Adam. We are moving on from our movie news, and we are going to be going into our game news. And our first game news is that Billy Mitchell, we talked about this last week, that Billy Mitchell, Todd Rogers, and a lot of other people over at the Twin Galaxies, like, leaderboards.
For classic games.
For classic arcade and Atari games, have been having their scores kind of revoked. Because there's either lack of proof or there might be some evidence that they could have been using MAMEs or emulators. And there are some people that are keeping quiet about it, but there are a few like Billy Mitchell, who is kind of the big deal one, who is kind of saying that he wants to clear his name and say that, no, these are my scores. I did these scores. There are video evidence of me doing these in front of crowds. And he's like, I think... This is all taken from a GameSpot article where the guy actually spoke with Billy Mitchell on the phone. And Billy Mitchell's a weird fucking guy, apparently, even from this article. He's like, I tried calling him like a bunch of times when we were scheduled to talk. He wouldn't pick up the phone. He had to call me, type of weird shit.
Yeah.
And so what this all kind of stemmed from last week we were talking about is that some people are alleging that his famous scores, mostly for Donkey Kong, the way that the video presents is that it looks like it's coming off of a MAME or like an emulator or something like that. So they think that some of the images are being spliced together. And Billy Mitchell's main argument toward that's like, I don't know how to do that. You know, his quote is, I'm the least tech-savvy guy in the world, so I'd be lost without the kindness of people I've never met before calling me with information and insight. In some ways, it's a bummer. There's a lot of other fun stuff I would rather be doing, but if it's a cross I have to bear for a little while, that's okay. Pretty much saying, like, if I gotta fucking spend all my time trying to get my record back, I'll prove to you that I can do it.
Yeah.
And, let's see. Mitchell's two primary objectives at the moment. His first is getting the original tapes of the scores direct feeds, which Twin Galaxies should have. According to Mitchell, one is one with his $1.6 million point score, which apparently there is the viewpoint of the screen, but then he says that there's another viewpoint where it pans and it shows there's a bunch of people there to prove it, that they were there. And there's a couple other people saying that they've heard about this tape too. And then the other ones are ones that he sent in, which unfortunately can't really be proven. But those are the ones that kind of got him in hot water because they say that certain arcade boards load up a certain way, and that the way they're looking at these do not load up the way that they should. So, I don't know. I mean, Billy Mitchell seems like a really cocky asshole, but I'm kind of going to buy that he probably doesn't know how to work an emulator. Like, this guy knows how to do Pac-Man really well. I don't see how a normal guy like him could know how to work a MAME.
Well, isn't he, like, in his 50s now?
Yeah, he's older.
He's old.
Yeah, he's older. But he could have other people helping him.
This.
True, but he also could have people buying and helping him. But yeah.
So I buy his thing, and I think if it's true, he'll be able to prove it.
Mm-hmm. There are some people that describe that these people who were described. They were saying that these people. He's
describing people that were describing a description.
Yes. How many times do I have to say describe? There were people who said that these guys who are making these claims have an axe to grind with Mitchell, saying that they just want to throw him under the bus because he's an asshole, and to kind of say, like, fuck you, Twin Galaxies, for not doing this in the first place, not checking to see these are legit. Because Twin Galaxies buddy with a lot of these high score people. And they believe that Twin Galaxies could be possibly
helping
fudging these scores just because it makes them look okay. Unlike them saying, okay, we'll let this slide. We don't really have that much proof, but we trust you without actually verifying. But you're going to
You got to realize that Twin Galaxies wouldn't exist without these people. So that there's some weight to that claim.
That is true, but at some point you have to, if you're going to go around and say that you're the official record keeper for these high scores, you got to stop playing.
You got to have the records to show
you can't be
these
just
records
saying
are legitimate.
These go off our word without any proof. Like, after a point, like, if you, like, they were going through all these scores, and, like, half these scores don't even make sense. And we mentioned this on our last podcast.
Yeah.
And it just seems that, I mean, they're in a shitload of fire right now about what these people are doing with these high scores and how they're being managed correctly, and that is their responsibility. If you are, as I said, if you're going to be the people that sit there and say, we are the gatekeepers for these scores, you need to do your research. You need to have the facts to back up your claim.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay. And then a lot of the people also this is the other thing. Mitchell, who repeatedly states that he is not a tech-savvy person, declines to explain further, deferring to the aforementioned experts. Saying, like, they're the experts. I just play the games. If I sit here and try to explain it to you, I'm going to sound like an idiot, and people are going to pick it apart because I don't know what I'm talking about. These answers requires presentations and research. It takes 2 minutes to tell a lie. It takes a lot longer to give a proper response that's acceptable. So he's just kind of saying, I'm not. He's in hot water. He's just trying to keep himself out of it. And to be honest, I'd love for Billy Mitchell to fall because he just comes off as such a pompous asshole.
I gotta say, I'm not rooting against him or for him.
Yeah.
And like this stuff is just not really. When you're thinking about, excuse me, video games in the modern context, these things are not important.
No, they're really not important. But
you know what I mean.
But I mean, he is a guy who's been known for the longest time as he's the claim to fame. He's the first one who ever beat Pac-Man. He's the guy who supposedly ever got to the kill screen on Donkey Kong. Like, the guy's done shit that shouldn't have been possible. Like, these games weren't designed to be beaten.
Yeah.
But he's so good that he has beaten them. And it's just kind of crazy that, like, this is a huge, interesting article. It just really interests me that
there's so much controversy around this thing that it's of
it's
such
so
little
stupid.
importance.
Yeah, but there's a lot of crap that goes around it. So I find it super interesting. I really do.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he can prove his innocence, cool.
Good on him. I'm not going to care either way.
Thanks, Adam. Good on you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it, but there's so many bigger problems
in the world than
not even in the world. If you think
it's
it's just the video game industry right now, what's going on? Fucking the Billy Mitchell saga is not only old news that like wants to keep clawing its way out of the trash can, but it's fucking pointless.
Okay. It is pointless with Billy Mitchell. I don't see it as pointless because this is like finding, to me, in the video game world, this is like finding out that the Guinness Book of World Records just was like, yeah, we took these people on their word. It's on a lower scale.
Kind of, yeah.
But I'm just saying.
I would also argue that that's not that important either.
Yeah, but I mean, world records, yeah, they're not
it's
very
a bigger
important.
deal, yes.
Nobody needs to know who knitted the biggest yarn ball.
Yeah, whose fingernails are the longest in the world.
Yeah, but if you're going to sit there and say that we are the gatekeepers of this knowledge, you got to know what you got to have the proof. I keep saying, I've said it like 5 times, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And now they're in this hot water because now all these guys who had these records back in the fucking 80s have to come out of like semi-retirement from playing games to try to prove that they're scores. And it's like, this could have just all been avoided had you had the proof in the first place. Okay. Adam, I titled this segment "The Little Games That Could," because we're going to talk about.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, we're going to talk about two games that have just had massive amount of success for the relatively small audiences that I believe that they were originally intended to appeal to. And we're going to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ, and that it's reached a shipment total of 2 million copies worldwide, which is the fastest selling Dragon Ball game to ever do that. And the game's already been out for like
a week.
No, it's
2 weeks.
2 weeks? I'm going to say 3. Wasn't it mid-January?
I think it was like the second to the last or last week of January.
Okay. But that's an amazing amount of games. And I think a big part of this is because Dragon Ball FighterZ seems to be appealing, because now it's already going to be at EVO. The game's going to be appearing at EVO this year.
Here's how much that it surprises me that an Arc System Works fighting game is going to be at EVO. 0%.
True.
But you're right. That's good news.
But do you want to know what the other sad part, speaking of EVO, is that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is completely non-existent there. I think this is the first year that a Marvel vs. Capcom is not going to be involved with EVO. But an Arc
That's
system,
weird.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite just blew up in their faces, and Street Fighter finally, I think, made it back to EVO after a few adjustments.
Yeah. Street Fighter V is definitely at the point where it's fixed.
They've just I can't explain how happy I am that this is a success.
That's so weird that you say that about Marvel vs. Capcom, because I just saw it in the store the other day and it was like $29.99 and I'm like, what?
It just blew up in their face. Like, the character select is terrible. The story mode, which it's a fighting game, it doesn't need to be Shakespeare here, but apparently that was unbearable. The gameplay is so dumbed down for like casual audiences that there's no real skill.
I got to be honest with you. I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom games because they're not for fucking casuals.
Yeah.
Like, they're not for mid-range skill people. They're not for casuals.
I thought that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a very nice balance between...
I didn't even touch 3.
No?
I will play 2. That's the only one I will touch.
Why? Why just 2?
Fucking triple cables, dude.
Triple cables. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I remember I was over there when you guys were playing that, and just... You and that triple cable was bullshit.
Yeah, dude. You fucking super with triple cables.
I don't even think cables in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Fucking bullshit. Not buying.
But you never were going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
But, no. I just think the success that Dragon Ball FighterZ has had it's great. And I called it that I guarantee you're not going to be seeing another Dragon Ball Z game that's not 2D fighter arc system style for a while. You might get a Xenoverse 3, but I doubt it. I don't think Xenoverse 2 sold like the way they wanted it.
Xenoverse 2 didn't innovate enough. I liked it, but it didn't innovate enough.
Yeah,
on the first one.
It's apparently I didn't buy it, but
they fixed a couple things, but
not enough
to
really
justify.
I think this is where Dragon Ball is going to be now. It's just arc system style 2D fighter, unless I think this probably sold way better than like a Guilty Gear has in a while. And that's how you keep these games alive, is to keep
Did you like Fusions? Dragon Ball Fusions?
Fusions. What the fuck? Which one was Fusions?
It's on 3DS. It's the turn-based.
Oh,
RPG.
yeah. I did really like that.
Okay.
But I also don't think that sold very great.
No, I don't. Conceptually, I don't think
that was cool. That was a good
pretty cool game.
Yeah, I like that game. That was great. It's just that I think that you'll still see a Dragon Ball game here and there. I mean, Dragon Ball Z's been able to make money since the PS2 days. And the Game Boy shit. Like, people buy Dragon Ball Z games even though it's the same story over and over and over again.
So
this is cool. Like, they added a story mode that was, like, pretty interesting. And just everything about the game is great.
So,
I love the game.
I know somebody that's, like, a super hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan. They hate Super, but they watch it anyways.
Is that me?
No, it's not you.
Oh.
But their favorite Dragon Ball Z game was a Japanese-only PS1 game, which is like an action-adventure title. It came out around the same time as Ultimate Battle.
Okay.
But it's not Ultimate Battle.
I don't even know which one that is.
I can't remember the title of it, but it never made it here anyway.
I don't hate Super. I just think Super has a lot of, like...
Anyways, what I was saying
filler.
is Dragon Ball Z, the fighter game, is now his favorite Dragon Ball Z game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I still really like Tenkaichi 2 on the Wii. I know that sounds so stupid, but that game is really fun to play. The controls are just perfect on that game. I love the game. But no, FighterZ is definitely probably the best Dragon Ball Z game in a long time, if not the best. And I'm just glad that it sold a lot. It sold a lot, and its word of mouth was great, and the fighting community is really getting behind it, and that's just going to keep its longevity going, and that'll produce the sequels. And unfortunately, with these fighters, is people are going to forget them, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, if there's no longevity to them. If you're just going to play it for a weekend, no one's going to give a fuck about it. Like Street Fighter, I was actually worried that Street Fighter was really going to get damaged from how badly it was launched. Because Evo was kind of like, nah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, we're not touching that. Yeah, I can tell you, honestly, Street Fighter 5 is pretty fucking fixed now.
Yeah,
it's a lot better than it used to be.
I'm going to be getting that arcreed version in the next, couple months.
Good. I'm going to fucking cammy the shit out of you.
Okay, I'll freaking, what the heck? There we go.
You got an ad on your fucking IGN page.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate IGN for that reason.
It's that same stupid PS4 commercial, too.
Yeah.
You know why you're here.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I think that, I was going to say, I'll just kick the shit out of you with Chun-Li's massive thighs.
No, I'm pretty good against Chun-Li with Cammy.
Right.
I'm trying to think. You remember Nathan? Nathan plays Street Fighter V a lot.
Yeah, who's he play as?
He mostly plays as Vega.
Oh, okay.
American Vega, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's pretty good.
Okay. Going on to the next game that could, which is the Monster Hunter World has set a new all-time records Capcom sale. It has...
This doesn't surprise me. This is exactly what Monster Hunter fans have been asking for about a fucking decade and a half.
Yes, but it seems like this brought more than just Monster Hunter fans in. This brought more people in than Capcom was even expecting. It's the strongest first 3 days of any entry in the series, with 5 million units shipped worldwide.
Holy fuck.
And as of the 9th, this month, the figure has now reached 6 million units. That's something it's done faster than any game in Capcom's history, according to the publisher. And this numbers do account for digital sales and the number of units shipped to retailers, but not necessarily sold through the consumer. Not sold through to the consumer.
Okay, so this is just shipped total.
Yes.
Okay. But that's still pretty fucking impressive. And I gotta say, I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but a lot of my friends are really fucking psyched about it. One of my friends put 47 hours into it already.
Holy shit. I think the game looks really good. It kind of sucks because you're the only fucking person I play PS4 with that would even hint to get that game.
Do you know Jared?
Yeah, I think I know Jared.
Yeah, we play GTA. Yeah, that's who put 47 hours in.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, no,
I think
it's not anything too wrong against Jared. I just don't know Jared well enough to be like, hey.
Well, I think Tegan's thinking about getting it too, but I'm not gonna fucking touch it because I don't.
You don't think that if Tegan got it and I got it, you would maybe get into it?
No.
Oh, that sucks. Dude.
I played the demo and it just it's not for me.
No, but still. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know you like it. I know a lot of people that like it. You know,
I like it on the 3DS.
I'm psyched that you guys are finally getting something that you've been asking for since the fucking...
I'm just glad that it's a Capcom game that they took a chance on and they saw the great result on it.
Well, I mean, Monster Hunter has been doing well.
Yeah, but
it's been
putting it on a console and listening to what people wanted.
Yes.
Putting it on a console and doing what people wanted was a big risk for them, I think, putting this much effort into it. And it completely paid off for Capcom. And so I even tweeted about it. I said, congratulations, Capcom. Way to go.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one on you. Because that's not an easy thing to do, especially because a lot of people consider Monster Hunter kind of like...
a niche franchise. It kind of is.
Yeah, it really is.
I think we're seeing how big the niche is.
I just think Monster Hunter just looks like a game that people could get behind and not be like... I guarantee a good amount of people that bought Monster Hunter did not know it was even a 3DS game. I'm just gonna guess on that.
Oh, you mean that it had like
I think
previously been on the 3DS?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just appealed to people. Like Monster
Yeah.
Hunter World, this game where you just go and kill giant fucking monsters in groups. Cool, sign me up. And I think it appealed to a good amount. And I think it really helps that they didn't puss out on it and only released it on the PS4. I think it was a really smart decision to put it on both.
No, yeah, it was.
That was a really smart
That's
decision.
a game that doesn't need to be single platform.
No, but I could totally buy it being a PS4 exclusive.
Well, the original was a PS2 exclusive, so.
Yeah, I don't think did any of the Monster Hunters ever get onto the Xbox, the original or the 360?
Not that I know of.
It only went to the Switch, and it only went to the Wii, and the
3DS.
Wii U, and the 3DS, and then for a while it wasn't on any Sony consoles. It was on the PSP. Was there one on the Vita?
No, but the PSP ones are playable on the Vita, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It seemed like that the 3DS kind of had this, like, for a while, I think a lot of people were thinking that Monster Hunter was a strictly Nintendo franchise.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that have only ever experienced Monster Hunter on a Nintendo platform.
4 was the only one I played on the 3DS, and I had fun with it. It's just the grinding was a little too rough for me, but apparently they got rid of a lot of the heavy grindy.
Yeah, it's not as grindy, yeah.
Because they dumbed it down's a ignorant word to say, but they kind of tuned it down a little bit so that a more casual player can get in there and be like, well, okay.
It's more friendly to newer players.
Yes. Yeah. So congratulations on Dragon Ball FighterZ and Monster Hunter World for their great success, because those were two, what a lot of people would say is maybe like a risky take.
Yeah.
So, all right, Adam, we are on to the last segment of the day, which we are going to be talking about Metroid Prime 4. And what's the big deal with Metroid Prime 4 today? We got that Bandai Namco Singapore is possibly the developers of the game. Now,
what's that? It was weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Because Team Ninja is the one that did Metroid Other M.
And then before that, it was Retro Studios.
Retro Studios did all the primes. This is Metroid Prime 4. And Bandai Namco did the Smash Brothers Wii U and the 3DS, and they also did like the Pokken tournament. So they're really close with Nintendo, clearly.
At this point,
At this point, currently. And so Singapore is also having a lot of the development team that came over from LucasArts Singapore are with this team. Which if you don't remember, LucasArts Singapore was working on the Star Wars 1313 spin-off game about like the undergrounds of Coruscant that it was supposed to be like a Boba Fett prequel type game. And this is the first mainline Prime game that they've ever done, and it's also one that's going to be continuing on from the story, which they haven't confirmed whether or not this is going to be coming out this year, which I think that it probably is unlikely, and that they're just going to do a port of the trilogy on the Switch. I think that that's very likely to happen.
Okay.
To get people pumped for it again, in case people miss, because Metroid was pretty much non-existent on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. And then we have the abomination that was Federation Force that people fucking revolted.
I forgot about that game.
I've never seen a game go from full price to like $19.99 as quickly as that.
Really?
That game was $19.99 within 2 months.
What game do I remember dropping like almost instantaneously?
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Nah, that's been out for a while.
Not that long, man. It's been out for maybe 3 months. But
I'm
also
trying to think. Maybe I really like Mind Jack, but maybe Mind Jack.
Maybe, but I'm telling you, man, Metroid
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold was dropped pretty quick, but Stranglehold I liked.
It's an okay game.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it promised more than it delivered. That's part of the problem.
It was also like a launch title almost.
Yeah.
So there a lot of people, they haven't actually come out and confirmed. This is just kind of like leaked information, because a lot of staff members at Bandai Namco Singapore have kind of been saying secret game, an ambitious AAA title, very interesting unannounced project, a game which will see more exciting details soon. And then there's an update that says that there's a possibility that Bandai Namco Japan might be taking over it while bringing over some of the people from the Singapore one to work on it. But
who knows?
It's Bandai Namco. Mm-hmm. Whatever area wants to take it, I don't know. I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with Bandai Namco doing it. I haven't been disappointed in many of the Bandai Namco games.
I have.
What, Pokken Tournament?
No, I haven't played that.
I did. I played a couple demos of it. It just fucking sucks.
Bandai Namco publishes a lot of games that are attached to anime series.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that Jump Ultimate Stars on PS4 was a fucking piece of shit.
What was it?
Jump Ultimate Stars.
I don't even know that one.
It's got like characters
Did they do the Berserk game?
No.
No,
that was Koei.
Okay.
That game's all right. I mean, it's fucking Dynasty Warriors, but it fits with that universe really well. Yeah, the Jump Ultimate Stars game is just a fucking piece of shit. Like every character has like 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's characters from One Piece, Fist of the North Star, other animes like Assassination Classroom, Toriko, but like it has cool characters.
Did they do Azura's Wrath?
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yes, that is a Bandai Namco game.
Bandai Namco did the Dark Souls game, Tekken 7, Xenoverse 1 and 2, bunch of the Naruto games. They did Tales of Berseria, which is pretty great. Bandai Namco also did FighterZ.
Well, that's because Bandai Namco has the Dragon Ball Z license. Mm-hmm. So any Dragon Ball Z game is going to be published by Bandai Namco, unless you go super far back.
They did the One Piece Unlimited.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, Unlimited World Red. So, I mean, Bandai Namco, they're trustworthy enough.
For me, Bandai Namco is like hit or miss. It's either like completely out of the park or they fucked up terribly.
They did Pirate Warriors, too.
Yeah, because they have the One Piece license.
Hey, they did Dig Dug and Splatterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm fine with I think it sounds like... Well, they also did J-Stars with Victory Versus. That wasn't a very
That's what I'm talking about. That's the Jump Ultimate Stars game.
Oh, is that what that was? That was such a wasted opportunity, too.
Yeah, that game is a fucking piece of shit. And I was so pissed that I bought it.
Yeah, it did not play well. I played a couple demo units of it. It was not very good at all.
No.
The fighting just fucked up. But, hey, I'm sure that right now, Nintendo products and games have been all very solid right now. I've yet to see one that's been straight up bad. And they did a great job with the Return of Samus remake. I thought that was a great way to bring it back.
I would have used less neon purple, but...
Okay. But I think
I just hate neon colors.
Yeah, you hate neon shit. You said that about the TMNT design.
Yeah, like
that's been getting probably the most talk about on any of our videos right now is the TMNT designs, and us just
people engaging,
ragging on it and liking it and hating it, and that's been getting a lot.
Yeah, like if there's like neon sign in a game, like in the background set piece, that makes sense. But like, don't fucking give your character color scheme a neon color, or just don't make the fucking entire background neon colors.
Yeah, you fucking I know you just hate neon.
Like when I see art design with neon colors of the focus, I'm immediately like, no, not touching this.
All right. Well, Adam, that'll conclude that topic, and also will conclude the end of the show. What? Whoa, you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I know you said that you really like Dragon Ball Fusions, right? Okay,
yes.
So
they also
and we were also talking about Bandai Namco. So Bandai Namco is developing an open world One Piece game, which I think looks fucking awesome, and it's being developed by the people who made Dragon Ball Fusions at Gambarian. That's the name of that company.
Okay, Adam's been on this real big kick to get me.
I've been a fan of One Piece for a long time, but I took a break.
He wants me to get on this One Piece thing. Here,
I'm almost
I got
caught
this.
up.
Here, one of our viewers who was watching on the thing, who was talking to me about. I was conversing with him about the TMNT. Yeah. I will watch One Piece if you watch the TMNT 2012 show. How about that?
The one with the CGI that I don't like, but has a good story?
Yep. I'd be willing to start watching One Piece if you watch that show.
I'll as soon as I'm I'm probably...
Is that how I'm going to get you to watch that? The
Yeah,
TMNT show?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Just because that's how badly you want me to watch One Piece.
I'm telling you, because you're gonna fucking like it.
He wants me to
He's
watch
like,
One Piece.
I don't like pirates.
I don't like pirates.
Pirates are like the background.
I don't
of
like
One Piece.
pirates. I don't like the Pittsburgh Pirates. I like one pirate, and that's the Pirate of the Pancreas. I don't like Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't like
How do you not like Pirates of the Caribbean?
the
like
movie.
like now, yes. Then,
You mean like old Pirates of the Caribbean?
yeah.
Yeah, the ride, I never been on it, but it looked cool. But the thing is
I'm not talking about the ride. I'm talking about the films.
the films?
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't mind the first film, but I'm like, I don't like pirates. I don't like pirates.
I'm telling you, dude. It's.
Well, you like the first Pirates of the Caribbean? You like the Pirates?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I
I
thought
just-
it was a good. I mean, like, I don't think that they're good anymore, and I think that the
I don't have
franchise
a
should
problem
just
with like
die.
the first couple Pirates. I watched them, but I'm like, I just don't really fuck with pirates. Just a bunch of dirty fucks on a boat drinking rum all day. Like, sounds fun to be one of them.
Yeah.
I don't like watching them.
No, One Piece is not like that. I'm telling you, like, Pirates is like a background thing that occasionally gets referenced.
You have to watch the TMNT show, and I will start watching One Piece. Now, I cannot guarantee, because the TMNT show is not 700 fucking episodes. But I will watch One Piece.
I told you, I sent you that guide, didn't I?
Yeah, well,
There's
I
a
didn't
lot
read
of
it.
shit that you can skip.
I know.
And technically, if you skip the opening and the episode recap, you usually only spend about 17 minutes per episode. I'm telling you,
I told
dude,
you
it's
this
not
is-
as big of a time investment as it seems.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. If you watch that, I will watch that.
I promise you, if I had the time, I would download the entire series and cut out the intros for you and all the fucking filler.
You're writing a fucking book. You have time. Aren't you writing a book or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
You're writing a book?
Yeah, I'm writing a book that's like an analysis of a historical text.
Got it.
Boring shit.
Yeah, sounds boring. Sounds like something I'm not going to read or anybody's going to read.
I'm not writing a teen romance novel, so it's probably not going to make the New York bestseller list.
Throw some pirates in there. I'm sure people will be interested then. Not me, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw pirates in there.
All right, but I got you on record. You'll watch TMNT if I start watching One Piece.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to prove to me you have to at least watch one episode before I watch One Piece. Because I'm not starting it and then you saying...
How many
no.
episodes are in a season?
In a season, there's 5 seasons and maybe... I don't know. It's probably like 20-some episodes a season.
Yeah, dude, I'll fucking kill it.
Yeah, you'll kill that shit, no problem.
They half-hour episodes?
Yep.
So I'm basically investing 20 minutes
Yep.
an episode. Yeah.
You just got to get past the CG style, but you'll get a good story, and there you go. I can get past the pirates, and apparently I get a good story.
Yeah, you're going to get a fucking awesome story.
Okay.
Fuck Dragon Ball now.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen. But
He's like, no, Dragon Ball's the best.
Dragon Ball is the fucking best. I love Dragon
Now,
Ball.
One Piece has usurped Berserk as my favorite anime.
That's absurdly unfair. But, all right. Well, Adam, that was fun for that little rant on there. I can't believe I'm going to get you to watch the TMNT show. But, all righty, everybody. That was the end of the show. Adam, let everybody know where they can reach us. It's always been the same, but you got to say it. That's your job of the show.
You can talk to us in the comment section of this video on YouTube. We answer.
Yes, I
You can
answer.
send us a message on our
every.
Facebook
I
page.
answer every single one I can. You know,
Yeah. Bobby's pretty attentive to this.
I'm very attentive to the
He's
show.
much
so.
better than I am.
Yeah.
You can send us a Facebook message. That'll come to either of our phones. We'll be able to.
We can answer anything like that. We have
Yeah.
the Twitter page that I take care of, and I nurse. So if you
That's twitter.com/GTAS.
GTAS podcast, and the Facebook is I think facebook.com/GTAS podcast.
Yep.
And yeah, we leave us a comment, subscribe. We had somebody ask when our podcast is going to be on iTunes. I did upload it to iTunes on Wednesday. So we are just kind of
waiting for
an approval to go through. And then once we get the approval, I'll start pumping shit out. I will have a separate announcement video that I'll probably just record on my own whenever it finally gets approved. Just as a heads up, though, for anybody who's possibly listening, the segment bits will not be on the iTunes. The only ones that are going to be available on iTunes are just the full podcast audio edition. Okay? But I just wanted to let everybody know that. But once again, thank you, everybody.
You also put the audio-only editions on SoundCloud.
Yes, they are on SoundCloud. They're currently on SoundCloud right now, if somebody wants to do it that way. But I don't know if you can subscribe to SoundCloud. Can you?
I think you can follow an uploader.
You might be able to follow and upload. I don't use SoundCloud, so I don't really fuck with that very often. But yeah, they're on SoundCloud right now under GTAS Podcast, so you can look under it for that. But
I know I uninstalled the SoundCloud app on my phone because it would pop up all the time and it was annoying.
Yeah, so I don't really like
So I don't
SoundCloud,
really know
but
how
I
it
just
works
needed
now.
I needed a base of operation to get these, because I don't know shit about getting things on there, but he's a fucking procrastinator and doesn't do what I ask him to do. So I had to take it upon myself to get the iTunes thing rolling. And so that's how I had to do it.
Yeah.
So I had to follow Matthew Danko from the Why Did Not You Warn Me podcast on. He does it through
Which,
SoundCloud.
by the way,
Had to
check
do
it out. You can hear him now.
Yeah, you actually can hear him. You actually can hear Matthew Danko. He podcast with us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
On our 10th episode. So check that out. Check out his podcast with Hillary Crum.
10th anniversary.
Thankiversary, yeah. But yeah, him and his girlfriend Hillary Crum do their podcast, Why Did Not You Warn Me? They just banter about what's on Danko's mind at the moment. It's a great show. You should actually check it out. I love listening to them banter back and forth. I still can't understand how Danko has a girlfriend that hates Batman. I cannot understand that for the life of me. She hates Batman.
Opposites attract, dude.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. It's a great show. Check it out. I'll have a link to their YouTube page in the link below, as well as links to our full YouTube page, our Facebook, and our Twitter page. That's a lot of information for people to download and to digest. So, do you got anything else to add before I close out the show? Because you keep interrupting me before I'm about to close out the show.
Fuck Agit Pie.
I knew that was what it was going to be. All right, everybody.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that he knows that we're still thinking about him.
Realize that you cut me off again? You're going to have to say goodbye to the show. I'm not doing it. You say what you want. I'm not. I'm done.
I'm done. No, I'm done.
No, you got to close out the show. Wait, you just saying what?
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being with us today. See you later.